Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. I don't know if y'all can hear that. We're having some audio issues, but we don't know if it's just on our side or if you guys can hear it too.
Let's turn down the speakers and see if that works.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean turn down the speakers?
Turn that down. I didn't have this problem this morning.
Okay. I'm gonna just wait for like a comment or something. This is a really unprofessional way to start, and I honestly apologize. We just are experiencing an issue that we never had before, and we didn't want to delay the show.
Can anybody comment if they can hear that reverb? Like it sounds like we're in an echo chamber.
And not a metaphorical one.
Anyway, well, I guess if nobody's saying anything, we can start the show then.
Yep, I guess.
So, hello everyone, and welcome to Roses and Reactions. Please comment if you can tell if there's some kind of audio issue.
Or if it's just on our end. Oh, finally, a comment. Oh my god, there is an issue. Okay, so we don't know how to go about this.
We don't know how to fix it. We found out like 30 seconds before we started that there was some kind of reverb issue going on. I didn't have this problem this morning. I don't know what to do.
The only thing I can think is there's something in here, like how StreamYard works is you have like different channels, and like there's just one here doing nothing, and I don't know if that's doing something. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if we should delay the show or earbuds maybe needed.
Okay, well we never had that.
We never had this problem before.
Turn down the sound and see what we got.
I can just mute it.
Yeah, mute it.
Okay. Well, now we can't hear anything.
No, but does it sound better, or is there a reverb?
Close all programs except StreamYard. Okay. We're going to just open up Task Manager here. We apologize for this, folks. Really didn't mean to do this.
It's just like when Mark and I and Jerome first started, we
everything's
would run into issues.
That's all we got. We are idiots. We have StreamYard open in 2 different tabs. We are idiots. Give us a second, folks.
Hey, how's that?
Hey, we good? I think we're good. We were just stupid.
Oh my gosh, how did that even happen? I don't know. Hey, you know what? I also noticed this isn't charging. So before we have another issue. Sorry, this is like totally crazy night, man. We're going to be doing our show in just a second, so I apologize for all the problems.
We apologize.
Here we go. Yeah.
We are dorks. Well, we got everything fixed now. We're good.
So Mark, I'm glad you joined us, even though you said you weren't going to join us. We appreciate it.
We do.
Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Thank you so much. And besides the rocky start, I think we can make up for it, because this is a topic that I'm very passionate about.
Yes. So
and the terms that it tortures her.
Yeah.
So
really.
And there's some stuff, but because she can't wait till her turn, there's of course some stuff in here that'll torture me as well. So wait till we get to that.
We decided we were going to start something differently this time. We were going to talk a little bit about what's going on lately with us.
We just thought we would give like a quick recap of our lives real quick. Maybe like a little introduction. What's going on? So I am currently looking for a job. So that's exciting. Getting my driver's license. No, I don't have my driver's license. Please don't at me. But that's the stuff going on in my life. The stuff for us is we started watching Demon Slayer. I think you've been posting it about a bit on your Facebook.
Yeah, I did post that we started the anime Demon Slayer. It started off first episode we were about to dump it. But I said we should have the rule of 3. And so we watched about the third episode,
and then we're
kind
like,
of
it's sold on it.
Yeah.
So expect a future episode on that. But now, that's enough of the intro. And you just dropped your notes. Because, of course, everything's got to go wrong.
Everything's going wrong tonight. So, there we go.
Murphy's
Thank you very
Law.
much. There we go.
So, let's begin. Mom, what is this about? What did I do to you?
You decided that because I tortured you with John Hughes last time in 1980s teenage films, you decided to do Disney movies this time, which is also about teenagers, but, for her era. So, and I decided to throw in a couple of movies that I watched that she had nothing to do with.
Make no mistake, they're all Disney Channel originals, which as a kid I thought was like peak cinema. Remember, we didn't go out to the theater a lot when I was a kid.
Right.
So all we had were Pixar movies and Disney movies. And of course, this is before we all learned that Mickey Mouse is evil. So but that wasn't really a clouding of our judgment at the time. Yep, I completely agree what I just said. Disney sucks. But at the time, we can go back to a simpler time when we didn't realize how awful of a corporation Disney was.
Okay. You're getting a little bit harsh there.
And they are. They canceled the Owl House.
I know.
I have a right to be pissed.
They are she and her brother
They
are very
canceled it
angry.
because they had lesbians. You can't get worse than they say it's something different, but as soon as they got gay characters, oh no, we have to cut the third season. Oh no. Yes, you did a great job, Disney. 10 out of 10. So
yeah, the kids are
they're
very
so
angry about
hypocritical. But moving on, aside from Disney as a company, let's talk about these movies, which are equally as bad in some regards. Rose-colored glasses did not apply to me in some aspects here, but not a lot. So we've taken a sample of 4 movies / series. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And a series. We know it's called Disney Channel Original Movies, but something came to our attention about a certain actress who is an up-and-coming actress that we just couldn't ignore, and we didn't have any movies that are nostalgic to me regarding her. So it's our show, and we can talk about what we want. So when we get to that point, we'll get to it. So let's start with the first movie that we chose to discuss here, Lemonade Mouth. This movie in our household
was huge.
I don't know how it became so huge.
I know how it became so huge.
Okay, answer the question. How did this movie become so huge?
Lemonade Mouth became so huge because the kids were always watching the Disney Channel. And in between shows, they'd always show these music videos.
This is true.
For the upcoming films, okay? And so Lemonade Mouth, they would show this song called Determinate. They would show this music video.
We were obsessed with this stupid song.
Yeah. This song
can't show it because Disney would snipe. But
yeah, and unfortunately we cannot show it. I did
can't show anything.
Post the video though on our webpage. But this song was a huge song. It was sung by the group main lead singer Bridget Mendler, who is known for her series Good Luck Charlie on the Disney Channel, which was dearly beloved in our household.
This is probably, I would say, like a Breakfast Club type movie.
It is very much. It starts out like the Breakfast Club. Okay, there's these like
misfits,
5 of them, I think.
Yeah, but instead of learning and making it a big thing about character development and discussing about roles that people play in society, no, we got them they just make a band. It's like one of those like bad Hanna-Barbera ripoffs of Scooby-Doo, where you've got like the classic Scooby-Doo, and then you've got like, I don't know, I can't even think of a name right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about if you know, where they like have the same thing with them solving mysteries, but they're like in a band for some reason as well.
Yeah.
Just so they can try to hit like a Billboard hit.
So they decide to form a band because there's this upcoming
music
competition. And the teacher who's leading the detention is also the music teacher, and the principal's all about the sports, and she's trying to get the music more, and she wants like more money for the music part of
because they're all in the basement currently.
Yeah.
And the reason they decided to go with Lemonade Mouth is because they have like an old lemonade machine.
Yeah,
like that's like in the basement, like old abandoned, nobody touch it, but apparently it's refilled, or else these kids would have all died of some kind of poison from
Yes.
the bacteria in the ancient lemonade.
And the whole thing is the big thing about the film is they decide to take the lemonade machine out of the school, and one of the girls, Stella, who's a big rebel, she's the new kid in town, she's the rebel.
Mm-hmm.
She's like causing
Not
all
the
these
radio
issues.
rebel, but the rebel.
She's causing all these issues. So
yeah, she shows up and she chooses violence basically for the school.
Yeah, so she's causing all kinds of trouble, and so the group, the band, which is called Lemonade Mouth, they almost get kicked out of doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a story about how about friendship and how they come together and how they deal with their family situations.
In terms of these movies, I would say it's one of the better ones.
It's a great film, actually.
It's a great film. In comparison, you might want to state that we are dealing with no Citizen Kane or even No Way Home or Endgame here. No. But comparatively, you can't.
Yes, the movie was very, very popular. It actually won an award. It won the 2011 Pop Star Award for Favorite TV Movie. And the soundtrack, which I actually did own and listen to in my car on CD, taking the kids back and forth to school. It became number 4 on the Billboard Pop charts.
I forgot you did buy the CD for. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We don't have a picture of it here, but I think you should also mention that this also wins an award for worst black eye makeup of all time.
Oh yeah, they did this really horrible.
Where
they
gave one they gave Zeke from Zeke and Luther here, this blonde guy. They gave him a black eye, but it looked like when you put on the prank glasses and you take it off and you've got the black around your eye, marker around your eye.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was awful. I have very fond memories of this movie. Remember when we were into Doctor Who? When I was a kid, me and my mom got me really into Doctor Who. We did a thing where we took out the determinates in the Lemonade Mouth song, and we
did do that.
Replaced it with the Daleks Exterminate. This movie just has a lot of nostalgia for both of us. I think this is the most we've ever both.
I totally forgot about the Daleks and the determinate exterminate thing. That's really
if
cool.
I was nowadays, I might get Nathan, one of my friends, to make he's a music person. I might bother him and poke at him until he makes a full-blown parody of the song.
He'll be really
up for
cool.
it. He's into stuff like that. If that happens, we'll be posting it on our page if I can get him to do it.
So probably a word of note about Lemonade Mouth should be one of the people who co-starred in that film was Hayley Kiyoko, who played Stella the Rebel. And she became a huge pop star after this, and had her and
now I've never heard of her.
Well, she did. She was huge, and I don't know if she still is, but for a time in the mid 2000s, she had huge popularity as a pop star. So that's Lemonade Mouth, and
we didn't really talk about the movie all that much. But it was just a nostalgia bomb. This movie is just a nostalgia bomb for us, I would say.
Absolutely.
The next movie is the first one with Debbie Ryan, who actually did get a sort of career at it. Not as much as a certain actress that we will talk about later on. But 16 Wishes, which we've learned is apparently not an official Disney Channel original movie, but I put it on the poster so before we knew that.
Okay, so I got some information on that. Okay. The movie was a collaboration with the Family Channel, and so they actually
Family Channel.
Yeah, oof. They both went in to make the movie together. It aired in Canada on the Family Channel, and it was a Disney film here in the United States, and in some countries it was called a Disney original film. So we can consider
technicalities.
Disney original film.
Back in the day, this one was my favorite. Before I turned 16, it's basically, the plot is this girl I don't even remember her name. Do we have a name?
Abby Jensen.
Abby Jensen is having a horrible 16th birthday. So she gets a fairy godmother who makes her wishes come true. 16 wishes come true for her birthday. All based on stuff but here's the cool kind of twist to it. All the wishes are not hers to decide. She can't decide them on the spot. She, when she was a kid and decided what it would be like to be 16 at the time, wrote a giant checklist. When I'm 16, I'll blah, 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 all 16 items. And she has to go based on her stupid childhood fantasies. And she can't break them. Like, one of my favorite moments of the movie is where one of the wishes is for her to like sushi. And she's like, she like tries to change it. Like, she tries to paint over it with nail polish and replace it, but it just doesn't work because she thinks that's a stupid wish. And I don't know. I like that little twist in the dynamic.
Does she like sushi?
That was one of her things on her. But the clever way she gets around it at the end of the movie, because she just had a horrible 16th birthday, basically. With all these wishes. She do this cute time travel thing. Because what she did is, because when you're a stupid kid and you don't know how like being gross is, she took a picture of one of her best friends that she basically will be like, I'll fall in love with him. And she took a piece of gum and stuck it to the banner. Now, apparently the magic rules don't recognize gum. So she was able to replace that with a picture of how the morning started and able to repeat her birthday and make it just better and have like, just basically make it better for herself. And I don't know. I think the little clever things like that are what makes me still like this movie. Little cute things like that. And the fact that the acting in this one also isn't that bad. You don't have a lot of memories of this one, though, I don't think.
I do remember this film. I remember the box with the candles and
I love that box.
And she ends up like wishing she was like an adult, so her parents just like have nothing to do with her with one of the wishes. Yeah. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like all dressed up in work clothes, and she doesn't really know what's going on at the beginning of it. So this film, this premise has been done before, in many other films, but it was really a pretty cute little film. And here we go. There's the candles. It's a sweet little movie, and
I'm glad Debbie Ryan got more successful.
Yeah,
afterward, even if it was minutely.
Well, Debbie Ryan was pretty big. She started out in Sweet Life on Deck on the Disney Channel, which was a family favorite show. And
we gotta do Disney. Now I'm just thinking we gotta do Disney sitcoms for one of our upcoming shows, because that was also wow.
Yeah,
that was a big one for us.
So yeah, she started on that, and then she got these movies that she did a couple for Disney. And she's currently on a show, I think, on Netflix, but I can't remember the name of it. But it was a pretty popular
Is it
show.
The Fat One?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it though.
I don't remember the name, but I remember it was.
Well,
but we don't. We can look past it. It has good message. It has a good message.
Yeah.
Don't fat shame. So we can look past it. Next up, the movie that we're next talking about, Pump Up the Volume.
No, it's not.
It's
not
sorry.
Pump Up the Volume. No.
I guess it's Radio Rebel, but it's really Pump Up the Volume.
Yeah, I'm the one who brought that. This movie was
describe the plot to Pump Up the Volume and then Radio Rebel.
Okay, back in the, I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but back in the early 90s, there was a movie starring Christian Slater, and he played. He was like kind of a nerd at school. But at night, he would have this he had like the shortwave radio station where he did this DJ, and he would like slick his hair back and have a totally different persona. And the thing is that a lot of the kids in his high school listened to this radio program. And it was pretty, and it was like kind of controversial, and it was like, it's much darker than this film we're about to talk about, but it's still the same kind of premise as a, shy guy by day, like really on the radio, he's a totally different persona. And when we saw Radio Rebel,
yeah, you instantly were like, hey, wait a minute. Go ahead and describe the plot to Radio Rebel.
So Radio Rebel is about a shy girl by day, and at night she has this different persona on a radio program, and she calls herself Radio Rebel. But unlike the Christian Slater film, her show becomes so popular, she ends up working for her dad at the station, but still under the same persona. And the thing is that she causes a lot of controversy in the school, and because a lot of the kids are listening to her, and like she tells everybody to wear red one day, and they all wear red. And
I don't think the principal wants her expelled, even though I don't think she does anything that's like.
Yeah, the principal wants her expelled because she thinks that she has too much power over what's going on at the school.
Even though I don't think that's grounds for expulsion. I mean, she's not like, okay, everybody bring your AKs.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Oh, God, too soon.
Oh, God, yeah.
Ignore that. Please don't bring that up. Okay, moving on. So the end of this movie is hilarious, and we quoted it in our house. We made fun of it. Even as a kid, we made fun of it.
Yeah.
So the ending of this movie, they do like a Spartacus thing where she like comes out as Radio Rebel, and the principal is like, like, I'm evil. I'm going to expel you. And
so all the kids, all the people out in the audience is like, I'm Radio Rebel.
I'm Radio, but they did it like so awkwardly. Like the performance is like, it's awkward. Like one girl legit sounds like, I'm Radio Rebel. And like we like make fun of that all the time. We just randomly
it became such a meme in our house.
Like randomly we could just be going about our day and morning, and I can just like one of us will just be like, I'm Radio Rebel, and then the rest of us will be like,
yeah. And still today that's the case. So there she is. There's Debbie Ryan as the Radio Rebel. Which was, very much like Pump Up the Volume. But you know what? I found out when I was doing, the stuff for the show. And actually, it wasn't, it was actually based on a book called Shrinking Violet. And that was the name of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And they made, of course, they made a couple of changes. The character's name was not Radio Rebel in the book. It was, it was Steaming Tea or something like that.
Steaming Tea. I love it.
Something like that. But of course they changed everything. And, but the movie was pretty popular, not as popular as
Lemonade Mouth.
And I mean, here's the thing. These movies were like such a big part of our family that no matter where we went, like if we were on vacation or something and they were having a Disney premiere, we were at the hotel to watch the premiere. Okay. And we did that, and when Radio Rebel actually came out, we were at MegaCon for...
I don't recall being... I remember being in the hotel. We were at MegaCon?
Yeah, it was MegaCon, because I
we could afford to go to MegaCon.
This was way back in 2012 when MegaCon, was still,
not bad.
And we would go quite often. And so, yeah, we were there, but we came all back. It was a Friday night to watch Radio Rebel, and at the end we were just laughing our heads off because of the ending was kind of silly, but it wasn't a bad film.
But I would say those are the big three. I think we basically covered the big three of my childhood. 16 Wishes, it didn't become as much of a household name as the other two, but Lemonade Mouth and Radio Rebel were like...
Yeah, 16 Wishes was like more like
my
film.
But Radio Rebel and Lemonade Mouth were basically, I dragged everyone into this. Like there was no escape from me. Now, I think we need to have a discussion, Mother.
Okay, let's have a discussion.
Why would you do this? You had your turn last time.
Yep, I did. But I thought these movies, I needed to bring these up because
I'm putting this all on you. You can explain. I hate these. I'm going to preface by saying I hate these movies. I have always hated these movies. I never liked these movies. She likes these movies.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that all out in the open. Why'd you make me watch Descendants? Again.
Descendants was a good movie.
No, it was not.
It was a huge hit.
No, it was not. I don't care how much of a hit it was. You can be as much of a hit as you want. It doesn't mean you're good.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of people like it. I mean, they have Disney cakes and birthday parties and themes surrounded by these descendants.
Yeah, and it's dumb.
Okay, so the Descendants. Let me explain what the Descendants are in case you've never.
It's a ripoff of Ever After High.
Okay, you've got the children of the evil characters from like Snow White. Snow White's daughter is Evie. Okay, but the evil queen. Her daughter's Evie.
Why would you name your... Okay, keep going.
Okay, and then Maleficent. She has a daughter named Mal. And that's the lead character.
Very creative, yes.
Played by Dove Cameron.
Maleficent, very creative.
Yes, and then you've got let's see, what's his name now? I totally forgot. You got me off.
What's my name?
Yeah, that's the second one.
Name?
Okay,
What's
Jay is the son of Jafar. Okay. And then you have
Jay. Oh my God! Could they not? This sounds like my horrible best friend who like names her D&D characters.
Okay.
You know how she names like the paladin. She names him Pal. Did I tell you about the time she named him Pal?
No.
He's the son of the part. We'll name him Jay, guys. We'll name him Jay. Maleficent. Mel.
Hey, good evening.
Evil Queen Evie.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer. Thank you for breaking this up.
We're talking.
I'm on a tirade.
Yes, we're talking about Descendants, and
I don't like this movie. I feel the need to put that out there again.
Okay, so then the other main character is Carlos, who is the son of Cruella de Vil.
I don't get it. Like, you have Maleficent Mel, Evil Queen Evie, Jafar J, Cruella de Vil
Carlos.
Is
it Carlos?
You know,
okay, and played by the late great Cameron Boyce.
R.I.P.
I must
Rest
say.
in peace.
Yes. So these kids are they're on the island of the Lost with their parents. Okay, and Belle and the Beast, they have their kingdom called the United States.
Don't, Jennifer.
Eridon.
Jennifer, this is my recommendation to you. Don't.
Of Eridon. Okay. And so it's a musical, and
it's not a good one.
The first film, it really plays heavily with the parents, the evil parents and the children, and their relationship, and they end up getting adopted and getting allowed to go over to the island, the other island. Okay,
I'm just gonna leave this here for a second. Continue talking. Yes. Continue.
So they get into this program where they get to go to the Eridon. Okay, so they're over in Eridon to have a better life than the lives of the ones stuck over on the Isle, and they
learn to be good. Woo!
Well, they try to learn to be good,
and they do by the end because
it's Disney. Yeah.
And money and friendship and toys,
and there's and it was a musical, and it very popular.
Candy colored hair and are very marketable. Oh, this is the second one. Wow! But now that I have given my opinion that I hate Descendants 1, can you make me tell why you made me watch Descendants 2 when I gave my opinion that I very vehemently hated the first one?
Okay. Descendants 2 was huge. Okay, in our house, not with Rachel. Not with Rachel. My son and I really enjoyed Descendants 2.
I don't know why.
It had some great music and a good story. Okay, so it's like it's a sequel immediately off the first film, where Maleficent, the Mal Dove Cameron's character, she has some kind of guilt about being, she's trying hard to be good, but she just can't do it. And so she ends up.
So let's repeat the conflict of the first one.
Well, she ends up running away and going back over to the Isle of where everybody else is living. And it turns out that Ursula's daughter.
Is her name Urzi?
No, her name's Uma. Uma, played by China Ann McClain, is like,
oh God, Ant Farm
is running around.
Oh
like
my
she
God,
owns she owns the island. She's like taken over, kind of. Her mom's working in the kitchen, but she's like the main baddie over on the island. Okay, so they have this big great musical number.
No, they don't. They have a really bad musical number, actually.
But
called "What's My Name," and they wouldn't stop playing it. It wouldn't stop. All they repeat is "What's my name." That's just the lyrics of the music. It's just "What's my name" like 12 times. It's really not good. But
Christopher and I very much enjoy it. There's several other songs we said "What's My Name," but "What's My Name"?
That's the one you decided to destroy my eardrums by playing on repeat. Yes,
and they played it a lot as bumpers in between on the Disney Channel too.
Yes, they did. Unfortunately,
so
and I don't know why, because it's not even that.
So the really cool thing about this film is that the magic wand of the fairy godmother gets stolen by Uma. And she also kidnaps Mal's boyfriend.
In the first film?
Ben. No, she kidnaps Ben because Uma isn't in the first film. Okay, so she kidnaps Ben, Mal's boyfriend, the prince, and she's like, and the fairy, and she's like, I want the fairy wand given to me, and I'll trade Ben.
Can I just make a comment real quick about? I forgot in the first movie, the only reason she turns good is because she has a crush on one of the good guys' descendants,
Ben.
Wow, you can only change your life because of a guy. Woo!
Anyway, Anyway, so what I thought was really cool at the time is they decided to trick Uma by making a wand from a 3D printer. And that's the first time I'd ever seen a 3D printer. And
that's the first. I am a bioengineer. Yeah. I just think I should state that.
No. It was 2017. You weren't even doing your 3D printer stuff then at that time. Okay, you were still a senior in high school when this came out. So I'd never seen a 3D printer before, and I didn't realize it could make fairy wands.
It cannot make fairy wands. What PLA did they use? What fill ratio did they use? Did they paint it? Was it all the same color?
No.
What was it made of? Metal? PLA?
It kind of looked like a real fairy wand.
I want to know what kind of infill they used.
They didn't explain that. They just said, "Hey, we're going to borrow the 3D printer and make a wand," and it took almost a whole day for them to make the wand.
This is stupid. I'm sorry. Like I don't think I've ever heard of a plot point stupider in a movie.
You don't remember this scene? You don't remember this scene?
I think I blocked it out because that's just dumb. I'm sorry. Let's 3D print. Wouldn't she know by the texture? PLA
no, she didn't realize it until she tried to use it, and it turned out it wasn't working.
PLA has a very distinct texture. Did they use a metal printer? Did they 3D metal print it?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like it was metal, I know that the stuff that you make on your 3D printer when you were at school.
Why does the school have a 3D metal printer? My college didn't have that.
They're rich. They're on an island. They're magical.
So why do they need 3D printers if they're magical?
You got me. Anyway, I thought it was a cool plot point at the time. Anyway, Descendants 2 was a huge hit, especially with me and my son.
Unfortunately,
used to watch it every time it came on.
Dismay.
Then in 2019, Descendants 3 came out, and that was the final film.
Do it. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
You'd be nothing without me, and you know it.
Okay. All right. So, Descendants 3.
Yeah. Now, Mom, I gotta say, after I gave my beautiful opinions of the first two Descendant movies, what made you think I wanted to watch Descendants 3?
I really didn't think you had any interest in it.
When it's your own least favorite. However, the first two that I liked, she didn't like. Maybe the third one that I disliked, she'll like.
I didn't even like I did not like it.
They have a TV show. Tell me that this isn't true.
They did have, now Jennifer's right about, they did do like a cartoon style thing. They had that. It wasn't live action, I don't think. But they did have some like 10-minute like little clips of Descendants.
Why?
Because it was very popular. I told you, kids.
Ever After High was better. Go watch that instead, guys.
But the third movie came out in 2019, and I didn't really like this one. It was kind of like the wrap up to the 3.
You never like the wrap ups.
I don't like wrap ups. But so basically, Ben proposes to Mal, and they're going to get married. But Mal ends up becoming like taking over the island of the Lost.
Jennifer says she thought the CW did a show.
Did they? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think I'm caught up on the CW lore. I don't think they did. I know there was a Powerpuff Girls show in production.
There was a Powerpuff Girls. So I don't know about that.
We'll post more about that. If we find out anything about that, we'll post more about it on our page after the show, because I'm hoping that's not true, because these movies are awful. But we'll see. But so the third one, back to, I know we kind of got distracted, but the third one is so boring that's kind of obvious.
It is boring. So Ben proposes to Mal, and Mal ends up taking over, become the queen of the island of the Lost for some reason. And she decides that she's going to cut off the island from the other island, and everybody gets all upset. But at the end, they decide that they're going to build a bridge, and everybody's allowed to both join both things.
I don't know why she would want to do that.
Making the island of the villains.
I don't know why she would want to ban the villains. You would think, hey, we're going to put in this villain advocate as one of our leaders. Oh, she's going to block off the rest of the No. Why would you do that? You don't do that.
Yeah, and
it's like saying, let's put a gay person on the Supreme Court. Oh, what do you mean he gonna try to overturn the?
Gay marriage. Yeah. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I don't understand. Why would she want to do this? Her whole thing was like, we can change for the first 2 movies, and then she's like, guys, we can't change. We gotta ban them, guys. There's no other way. So I don't understand what. Maybe you can explain it.
I really don't understand her motivation either. But the other part is. There's another plot point where let's see what's the other plot point. Audrey. God. Okay, yeah, Audrey is the villain in the film. She's the daughter of Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, but she wants Ben to love her, so she casts like a sleeping spell, and so that's also part of it. So you got these two. Wait.
I don't even remember this movie at all, to be honest. So if I'm asking a lot of questions, wouldn't it make more sense? Wasn't Belle the original? Oh wait, no wait. She was the Ben was the daughter of Belle.
Ben was the son of the.
Wasn't there an original love interest to Ben in the first movie? Was it this Audrey chick?
I don't know if it was or not, but you're right. I think there was a different love interest.
That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Maybe you're right. I don't.
Why does everybody want to tap Ben?
I don't.
He's not even that good looking.
He's kind of bland, actually.
The show was called Descendant. You look at Jerome. Wicked World animated. Yeah, animated. 3 seasons, 33 episodes plus 3 specials. 2015 through 27. Were those like short episodes, like shorts?
I thought that they were shorts. Length, I thought that they were
15 or 30-minute episodes.
I think that they were like shorts, like in between. I thought, but I could be wrong. They might have actually made a whole show. I know that Chris and I watched some of them. They were kind of cute. Anyway,
if the cute is what you compare to these,
So that was Descendants 1, 2, and 3, which were like very huge for Disney. She's never liked them.
No, and Jerome, I just noticed though, you did pop in.
Okay,
you came in at the near perfect time, Jerome. You are about to witness my unbridled fury. Thank you, by the way, for making me rewatch this garbage movie. You reminded me that this exists.
Yes, I brought it when you brought it up.
Yeah, when she's like, hey, she's just like, I'm just like, okay, so we're gonna do Radio Rebel, Lemonade Mouth, 16 Wishes. You want to do the same movie because you want to torture me? Anything else? And you're like, you just come out and be like, yo, Jerome says she wants us to discuss the Kim Possible movie, and I'm just like, remember, like you unlocked my like repressed memories of that movie that I thought I had forgotten about. So thank you for that. Yes, I couldn't agree more, Jerome. A complete and utter dumpster fire. I think we can
still let her go.
Yeah, I think we can start the problems with this movie starting right off the bat with this poster. Who the heck is this? Okay, I see Kim. I see Ron. Who is this a bad fan fiction original character that you decided to throw in my Kim Possible movie? In fact, I'm pretty sure she has more screen time than Kim in the movie. They put in this Athena character to be like a foil to Kim, when Kim doesn't really need a foil. Kim's got enough problems on her own. Ron is her foil. That's another good point. Ron is her foil. Not in the fact that he's better than Kim, like this Mary Sue here, but because he's like the exact opposite of her. And so that's why they play off of each other. There's nothing good about this new character that they decided to come up with. A Mary Sue. Do you not know what a Mary Sue is? Okay. I'm gonna go into.
She's gonna go into school mode here, Professor Rachel.
Okay. In fan fiction, a Mary Sue is a character who is perfect, whose only flaw is usually that they don't apply themselves too much. This started from Star Trek fan fiction, when a Mary Sue. They called her Mary Sue, where she basically took over the bridge and became Captain Kirk and Spock's favorite. This was like a very prominent and very famous fan fiction published in a Star Trek magazine all the way back in the 70s, I believe. And so that term kind of took off to mean just a character who's almost completely flawless and who can sometimes mean the creators trying to insert themselves into their works. You do know who it is? Well, I get to go, Professor Rachel. Anyway, because I like talking about stuff like that. But that's the only joy I think I'm going to get from this discussion.
Yeah, well, the character did have a twist.
Yeah, the twist was that she's evil, but no, she's actually good. She turned good at the end. You see, she just misunderstood, Mom, and that's why she's a Mary Sue.
Yeah, okay. I gotcha.
That's another thing that it can mean. The writer putting themselves into the show. It can mean either or. It's basically used interchangeably with it. And that's what we really liked. Not really like. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. This is what I don't like about the character. She's horrible. And I don't know why she's taking up my screen time in my Kim Possible movie. Also, what did they do to Dr. Draken and Shigo? Draken is blue. This is the show. He's blue. And they gave him some blue veins in this movie. I don't know why, but this is a war crime to me. And it should be punished accordingly. I don't like Shigo's outfit. I don't like what they did with their dynamic. Draken is supposed to be a stupid, goofy villain, and Shigo is supposed to be his like like a counterpart, more serious counterpart. But they kind of made him like overly serious in this movie. Yeah, sure, he's got. Oh God, I forgot about the Snapchat and social media stuff. Oh my gosh, like. Listen, Draken in the show was not that cringe, okay? He was a funny villain, but he wasn't that cringe. They like struggle with making him serious and making him comedic, and when they try to make him comedic, it just makes me want to shoot myself in the head because of how cringe it is. Yeah, where is his nasty scar? Exactly, Jerome. Jerome. We are on the same wavelength here. This was my show as a kid. I like action shows. I did not like girly girl shows. My shows consisted mostly, but the two that come to mind, Spectacular Spider-Man and Kim Possible. Kim Possible is like the only girl-focused action show I remember having as a kid, and they completely ruined it. But I haven't even gotten to the funky, fresh, flying car. Jerome, this movie is just a dumpster fire. I gotta talk about the most cardinal sin now, though. Okay, the most cardinal sin that this movie committed is changing Kim from a cheerleader to a soccer player for no reason whatsoever. And I remember I was livid when I found it before the movie even came out. You can go ahead.
Okay,
go off before I see you.
Okay, this was another one that she was looking forward to watching, and we were actually once again in Orlando at a convention. I think it was Spooky.
Wait, I need to clear up something really quick.
Sure.
When Draken rapped in the show, it was charming. Okay? That was charming. What they're doing in the movie is not charming. Okay? I gotta clear this up now. Yes. Yes.
Mark. That's going to be your show, Mark, and I'm sure that it's going to be wonderful, and we'll I don't even think Rachel, have you ever seen the Computer Wore Tennis Shoes?
I have not.
Do you know who Kurt Russell is?
I do not.
Yeah, you do, because you like The Thing. So Kurt Russell is the guy with the beard and The Thing.
Oh.
And before that, he was actually a young Disney star. And he played in a movie called The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, where he's like this, like he has like a brilliant. His mind is like a computer.
We're not on your day. Anyway, okay. Moving on. Go off. Well, I'm still seething, by the way. Okay. Like we had like a little reprieve here. I am still seething. Go ahead and tell me the backstory. Go ahead and. We are so angry that my mom made me leave the studio. That's how angry we got here. We tried to escape. She tried to abort. But go ahead, give the lore. Do it.
Okay. So once again, she was looking forward to this movie.
I wasn't looking forward. I was like, I have hope. Like, let's give them a chance.
It's 2019.
Let's give them a chance. What could go wrong? Let's give them a chance.
I think we were at it was a spooky weekend.
It was her, and it was an accident, but it was beautiful.
Anyway, so we're watching this film. Okay, we had this beautiful, like, weird hotel room. It's just like it was like a buffet table. Remember, it had like this huge table. It was like made for an office. It was like an office room, and the TV was on one side, and we're sitting like eating, and you're like in the middle of watching this film, and then when you realize that she's not a cheerleader,
I'm gonna try out for the soccer team.
And she just like started freaking out. I'm like, what's going on?
I hate. My number one thing that I hate any movie, the cardinal sin that they can do is they take a character. Cheerleading is a feminine sport. Let's be real. Males can be in it. No problem there. No shaming there. But it's a traditionally female sport, I would say. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
And Kim was a traditionally very girly girl person. She went shopping. She was a cheerleader. And they tried to defeminize her by putting her in soccer. I'm not saying women can't play soccer. I'm not saying they're not women. They can't be girly girls when they play soccer. But Kim was a cheerleader. And it felt like an intentional, malicious move by Disney to be like, well, you see, cheerleading, we want to have a stronger female character. In order to do that, she got to be in something like a more male sport like soccer, because with cheerleading, you can't be a strong female character and be in cheerleading. That's too girly. We got to have her do what the men do and have her be in soccer. She can't be cheerleading. Nah, that's for prissies. We don't want to be accused of not creating strong female characters. We don't want to be accused of keeping the gender roles, do we? That's how I feel the board meeting for that went. Like, it felt like if she was always a soccer player, I wouldn't have this problem. But the fact, it feels like a malicious attempt by Disney to try to defeminize the character and basically say, hey, girls, any girl, and also unintentionally some messages of, hey, girls, if you're in cheerleading, you aren't doing it right. You can't be a strong woman and be a cheerleader. Do a more male sport like soccer. Like, what are you doing being a cheerleader? Like, it just didn't feel right, especially because Kim Possible was one of the shows that made me want to join. If you recall, I was a junior cheerleader in 3rd grade.
Yes, I remember that.
And that's because Kim Possible convinced me I want to be a cheerleader. So the fact that you're trying to convince little girls, like, who maybe want to do that, hey, you don't want to be a cheerleader, you want to do soccer. It made me livid. I think I walked up and I left the movie, didn't I?
I think
I left the movie.
You ended up going back and watching the rest of it.
I did, but I left the movie for like a good 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I was so livid.
Yeah,
I was so livid. But I want to know what you thought of it. You have not seen the original series, so I want to know what you thought of this movie.
Well, I did watch it that night because it was on, and there it was.
And you like Descendants. Keep this in mind. She liked Descendants.
I didn't hate this movie so much as you did, but I never watched Kim Possible, and I thought it was kind of cute, but you hated it, and so there you go.
My cousin was a cheerleader, and is now a doctor. Exactly. Like, I hate this stigma against cheerleading nowadays. Like, you always see it. You never have good cheerleaders nowadays. Either they're if they're a cheerleader in a movie or a show or something, you're a bad guy.
Well, Buffy was a cheerleader.
In a so modern show, Mother.
Well, Buffy's not modern.
In a show after 2010.
Okay.
Cover of Sports Illustrated. This movie, you liked. And I'm kind of upset with you right now, because we had a discussion before this, and you said you didn't like the movie. Were you trying to save face? Were you trying to save face to me? You didn't want to incur my wrath, but you had the safety of the camera now.
Well, I didn't hate it as much as you did, but I know it wasn't great. I know it wasn't.
It wasn't good as Descendants too.
And actually, it was actually the lowest rated Disney premiere film of the time.
Good.
With only 1.24 million.
Suffer.
And that's really low for a Disney premiere film.
And I'm not saying these kids deserved it, though. The kids, I'm not making fun of any of the children in this movie, all the child actors that they got. They gave it their all. I am not insulting them. I'm sure they did the best what they could with what they were given. We don't encourage you to attack anybody involved with these productions. I think I should make this abundantly clear, because I've seen this been going around. Don't attack anybody involved with this. But the movie itself is trash, and it should be bombed. And the movie should be attacked for this. And the ratings, because this movie was absolute, utter garbage.
Yeah, they did. They ended up not doing the sequel because it rated so low. But
there was going to be a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? How Disney's going to take this? Them being dumb, the dumb Disney corporations that they are. They're going to be like, well, obviously, people don't want more Kim Possible, so we're going to just shelve that series forever. less reruns, less like chances for it to come back in like supplemental material, because people obviously don't want Kim Possible. It isn't that we ruined the series and people just weren't interested in our remake because it looked awful. No, it just must be the series. And I hate it because that's how corporations take it. They are so like I can't think of the word right now. Tone deaf to the actual problems regarding their movies, that they take it the completely wrong way, and I absolutely hate that with a burning passion.
Well, maybe they'll reboot it someday.
No, they won't, because this movie was bad, and they're gonna be like, oh, people don't like Kim Possible anymore. When it's like, no, people love Kim Possible just as much as they always did. I showed my little brother Kim Possible after the movie. If this movie did anything, I convinced my little brother to watch part of the original show, and he loved it. There is no reason that Disney should take that away from this movie, and it would be stupid for them to do so. But I think Disney are stupid, so that's what I think they're going to take away from the ratings bomb that this movie received. So it's a double-edged sword, you see. I'm glad that it received low ratings because the movie was trash, but I'm also upset because that probably means no more Kim Possible anything in the near future. I am. I'm just spitting right here. This is something I'm very passionate about, and thank you for reminding me, Jerome, of how passionate I am about this, because, like I said, Kim Possible was one of my childhood cartoons. You recall me watching this.
Yeah.
I discovered this. I call my, like, Disney awakening was Wizards of Waverly Place back in, like, 2007, 2006. But this show, I didn't even recognize it as a Disney show at the time. I didn't recognize it as Disney Channel at the time. I just watched it.
Right.
It was the thing that basically went above and beyond for me. I didn't even categorize it in my Disney era. That's how amazing it was for me.
And you know, back before you became like this, you know, before this whole, I don't know, did this all start with Owl House with you? This whole hatred of the Disney?
Oh no, it went before that.
But,
we got some things to talk about with Disney. It started, I think the major when my hatred started was the Beauty and the Beast remake.
Oh, that's
is where
right.
it began.
Yeah.
Which is awful, and that's a story for another day.
Oh, look.
Yes. Can we talk about the other two movies instead? Because honestly, they are so much better. All 4 seasons and both movies are so good. So good for this show. Did I tell you how much people love this show? I'm just going to break this down real quick. They were supposed to end with season 3, but the fans loved it so much that they brought it back for a season 4.
That's cool.
Because of
a rare
and I know
thing.
She loves it. She loves stories like that.
I do. I love it when fans can actually, when their voices are heard. And sometimes, you know, more often than not, that falls on deaf ears. But when a show is able to make a comeback for another season because of fans, that whether or not I was interested in the show or not, I always like those kind of stories, because I actually was part of 2 successful fan writing campaigns, one being China Beach and the other one Dollhouse. But, you know, that's for another story for another day and time.
But you see, I don't think Disney would do that nowadays. You see, like I said, they canceled the Owl House, one of their most popular shows, honestly, because it didn't fit the Disney brand, quote unquote, which I don't care how they try to spin it. I'm taking that as that it had lesbians in it, so they canceled it. I don't know. Like, they can argue, well, it was story driven and they didn't want story driven. I don't care. It's because they had lesbians. Because Disney hasn't shown me enough. I don't have enough faith in Disney that's not the reason why they canceled it. They are so hypocritical when it comes to LGBT stuff. But this feels like an entire tyrant for another time.
Sure.
But, like, I could just go off for hours about how hypocritical Disney is when it comes to LGBT content. And we might do, like, a sideshow on that sometime.
I think we should do a sideshow on that sometime.
Because I just have so many things to talk about. But that's
there's so many. There's just you've brought up so many different, to me, so many different examples of when Disney does something like that.
There are so many. The last point on this, there are so many characters that Disney has been the first openly gay Disney character. You can't have 12 of them, Disney. What they do is they throw this character in, they're gay for about 2 seconds, and then they end it. That's how they handle it in their movies. And when anybody tries to go above or beyond that and actually add actual forefront content for the LGBT community, they get shut down and canceled. That's exactly what happens. And I absolutely hate it. Great way to end this. Disney sucks. But you know who doesn't suck? Zendaya.
Zendaya, yes. And this is not a Disney movie, but we're bringing up Zendaya
because we needed to bring up Zendaya. So we're bringing up Shake It Up.
Yeah, Shake It Up. And that's how we're going to end our show, talking about Zendaya.
So a positive note. Spider-Man.
Yes. But before Spider-Man, she was in this show on Disney. It was probably maybe one of the last Disney series you and the family was really involved in.
I believe so, yes.
So the story is about it's Zendaya and her friend. It's Rocky Blue and Cece, and Cece's played by Bella Thorne, and they're best friends. And
enter like a dance show. It was very cringe, and I regret watching it.
Yeah, it was sort of like American Bandstand. It's called Shake It Up Chicago. Shake It Up Chicago. So it's like so they would go on and they would do like play popular music and do these dance routines.
It was so dumb. But you got to get your start somewhere. So no.
But we enjoyed it. It was.
You did not enjoy this show. You made fun of it constantly. You hated the uniform episode so much.
I did hate the uniform.
You hated
it. I did. Okay, put that on.
You hated it.
So let me explain the uniform episode, which has been a big thing in our household. Okay. In this episode, the school decides that they're going to start making the kids wear khaki pants and collared shirts, which is a big thing down here in Florida. In middle school, it's in most middle schools, I think it's mandatory that you wear.
You don't have your belt for some reason, you're getting a citation.
Yeah, you have to have your belt. You have to have
the only citations I've ever gotten from back then are because I didn't wear a stupid belt. And it was horrible.
And they would actually send you down to the...
Yeah, because you don't have a belt. Oh my gosh, you're committing the Cardinals and they don't have a belt on. So dumb. Oh, and the belt can't have like any like flashy. It can't be like a colored belt, a rainbow belt. No, it's gotta be brown or black. Or else apparently you're going to commit like you're about to shoot up the school.
Well, there you go.
Why do I keep doing it? Why do I keep doing it?
Because
I'm a horrible person. Why do I keep doing that?
Because it's been a horrible week and we had this horrible thing that happened. And
I'm not a horrible person, I swear, please.
And it keeps upsetting you.
It keeps upsetting me, so I keep
you keep trying you keep making these, comments.
Horrible comparisons. Back to the uniform episode. Mom, tell them why it sucked.
Okay, so the uniform episode, basically they go to this a parent teacher. No, it was like a parent teacher kind of conference thing, and they're talking about these uniforms, and they all march in and they start jumping on the desk
and doing like a dance number.
And they do a dance number about why they're not going to conform to uniform. And I'm like, you know what? If this was a real school, all these kids would be expelled. Yes. And it's just like, I'm like, I can't believe that they're doing
they knocked the papers everywhere, and that made you because you're a paralegal and you deal with a lot of, and you're like, I think it like triggered you.
Yeah, it did, because they're throwing papers all over the place, and it just, that episode really upset me. But
it had one of the worst season finales we've ever seen too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They took the Full House route with the season finale. They took the
series
Full
finale,
House right with the series, not the season, the series finale.
Okay. Anytime you end a series
with amnesia,
it is it's contrite, it's lazy, and it's cheap. Okay. And they did it on Full House, the finale, which was just horrible. And they did it for this show too, where Cece ends up with amnesia for some reason, and they do like this whole flashback.
It's Rocky with amnesia.
Is it Rocky?
Yeah, it's Rocky with amnesia.
I thought it was Cece.
I don't remember. One of them gets amnesia. It doesn't matter. They get amnesia.
It is Cece.
And the Full House is better because at least they could utilize the Olsen twins in a cool way.
Yeah, that's true.
They didn't do anything for this. It was just utter trash.
But I've seen it a lot where they end these shows with an amnesia
and they think
episode.
Like to use a lazy clip show.
Yeah, so they can do
remind them.
To remind them and to like do a wrap up the series with a series.
And they're never good.
Boring flashbacks.
Yeah, instead of ending it like on a positive note of like character development or like the characters going on with their lives, they end it with contrite garbage. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, I've seen all this stuff before. You're like trying to be sentimental, but it never works. They always fail. Amnesia episodes in general are really hard to get right. I have seen very few good Amnesia episodes in anything.
No, not
ever.
at all. So, but that's how they ended Shake It Up. But we like Zendaya a lot.
We love Zendaya, and we like Bella Thorne. Bella Thorne, she's not as popular as Zendaya, but she's has gone on to have a pretty okay career, hasn't she?
Yeah, she guest starred in the original MTV Scream as the first character to get killed off. So she had the cameo. No, that was like her big cameo thing. And then she's gone on to do a lot of shows. So they've both had, pretty good careers, Zendaya especially, since Shake It Up. But yeah, that was our last. That's probably like that time was probably starting the ending era of us watching Disney for the most part.
I agree. And then everything died down, and I became emo. Basically, get away from me, Mom. I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Lemonade mouth. Psh, get that garbage cringe out of my face.
Yeah. So the kids grew up, and we grew up out of Disney, but we'll always have these memories and some of these films that are dear to your heart, like Debbie Ryan's films, and for me, I have great memory. I'll always have great memories about watching Descendants and Descendants 2 with Christopher. At least I'll have that. So we're gonna not be here the next time. Our show would be running on June 11th. And there's something special going on June 11th, Southwest Florida Space Con. And that's going to be the first convention in quite a while down here. Well, there's been a couple since, but this is a big one. It's going to be at the Luminary Hotel in downtown Fort Myers. It's going to be, we've got some great guests coming, and I'm going to be there helping out. And
I'm going to be there helping out.
And she's going to be there helping out. And Mark B. Lee is going to be hosting, and we're going to be doing Saturday morning cartoons live. And but it'll be at a different time because we're doing it live for the convention, but we'll have more details about when that's going to be later. But that's going to be coming up on June 11th. So by the time at the end of the day, there's no way we're going to be able to put a show together. And then the following weekend, we're actually going to take a vacation, which we've not been on a vacation since October. As a family. Yeah, as a family. Yeah, the first family vacation since October. And we're going... Yes, yep. So a lot going on, and we're going to be going on vacation on the 18th, the weekend of the 18th. So we'll be back. I think I wrote it down here. June 25th is when Roses and Reactions will return.
Almost the whole month, but we are returning with something special.
Yeah, we're going to be doing
something very special to me, at least, and to her.
Yes, very special, and it might be a show that you've never heard of.
Or maybe you have.
It's called, it was a PBS series, but originally from Canada back in the 1980s, called Degrassi Junior High, which is a show near and dear to my heart.
And that she forced to be near and dear to my heart.
Yes, I made her watch this show, okay? When she was very young,
She indoctrinated her.
I indoctrinated her into Degrassi Junior High. And what I'm hoping to do is I'd like to find somebody from Canada
to help to
get the guest, or anybody who has a passion for Degrassi to come on the show that night, because this is going to be a very special show for us.
Definitely
on June 25th. He's dead that day. Did you ever, Mark? Did you ever see or hear about Degrassi? I'm just curious. Yeah,
instantly.
Yeah, we want to reach out to Willow, actually, and
she's the only Canadian we have, Mom.
Actually, I have another friend who's Canadian, but yeah, we're gonna reach out to Willow and see if she has any memories about Degrassi and have her pop in if she has the time. So, really hoping for that. No, he has never heard of it.
I guess it's pretty niche. You convinced me it was this huge thing, but I guess it was actually pretty niche, huh?
I don't know if it was niche. It was pretty. No, I guess it was niche. But anyway, that's
a good type of niche. Good type of
niche. It's actually the series actually spawned several different incarnations, and there was a Degrassi on somewhere, some version of it through at least the mid 2000s, And I think on Pluto or one of those like channels, like where they have all the stuff, there's an actual Degrassi channel somewhere.
Not the next generation of Degrassi.
Yeah, we're not going to do Next Generation. We're doing the
original series.
But I was a huge fan of Next Generation also for quite a while. I have
not seen it.
I have,
but it's apparently something you said I should probably get into.
I have several CDs out there. I mean CDs, DVDs. I have DVDs of most of the up to a certain point, and then you end up having to work in life and have kids, and then like your passion just kind of like gets in the background. So I watched Degrassi: The Next Generation for several seasons, but you never watched it. But I did. But you did watch the original, and it was a show I was very passionate about as a high schooler. So that's how long
you used to beg your teachers.
Yeah, we'll tell more stories about that. Mm-hmm. We'll save that for June
25th.
June 25th. So join us at that time for Degrassi. And if you're in the area, if you come down to Southwest Florida Space Con, because it's going to be a blast. It's going to be like an old-fashioned style one-day convention. So you can see me, you can meet Rachel, you can see Mark. So all you fans of Mark, come down, drive down for the day and see us.
You'll have a blast.
So until June 25th, we want to say bye and thank you all for watching.
Thank you all so much for watching.